Welcome to the Enterprise AI Minute, your journey into the real world AI future. Now, this episode is brought to you by CloudWars Expo, running June 28th to 30 at Moscone Center in San Francisco, California. And I'll be there leading tracks and sessions alongside Bob Evans, founder of CloudWars, and the rest of my Acceleration Economy analyst colleagues. If you need more details, head over to cloudwarsexpo.com and join me there.
Join thousands of CXOs June 28th to 30th in San Francisco, California at CloudWars Expo to explore this digital future and discover ideas, insights, and relationships that can make it real. We will consider what is possible, challenge tradition, and surround ourselves with a new kind of analyst. An analyst for the acceleration economy that focuses less on quadrants and waves and more on what really matters. Register today at cloudwarsexpo.com.
How often do you make superficial judgments about a person based on their face, their clothes, hair, or other things? Fortunately, we do this all the time, and we fall into that trap of judging a book by its cover. I mean, it's our subconscious kicks in, and then we react on that quick judgment of what we say next. Now, recently, Stevens Institute of Technology collaborated with Princeton University and the University of Chicago, and they created an AI model algorithm to predict how people will be perceived based on a photo of their face. Now, since AI is learning from humans, and folks are trying to build AI to mimic humans, this model took the data from a project where, in this project, thousands of people were asked to give their initial impressions of thousands of computer-generated photos of faces. Now, further, these people were tasked to rank those images on certain criteria, such as intelligence, electability, religion, trustworthiness, or if maybe they're perceived as outgoing or not. Then this algorithm, which is still a work in progress, took that data, and the researchers are taking that data to see what kind of outputs the AI is generating. And like I said, it's a work in progress. And one thing it doesn't have built into it yet is explainability of how it came to that conclusion, basically, how the AI model came to that conclusion. So the researchers aren't quite sure yet why the algorithm is returning, certain specific attributes about a person based on those images. Now, for me, when I heard about this, there's really many possibilities that it could be done with this, such as in psychology or dating apps and other things. But since this is built on mimicking human behavior, there are some very dangerous aspects of this as well. I mean, think about this, for example, if this algorithm or process was used for job hiring, I mean, people could be unfairly dropped from consideration. Or maybe if this was used in law enforcement and people were unfairly targeted for things, or improperly identified as maybe having committed some crime and it was the wrong person altogether. Another area that the researchers of this project have identified has to do with this rise of deep fakes. Now, think about this. If deep fakes and the tools used to create these can manipulate a photo to make, for example, a politician, a political candidate, appear more trustworthy. And that could help garner, more votes. Now, in an effort to address these things, the research team has patented their algorithm, and the goal here is to infuse ethical standards into this. So they don't want it out into the public just yet, but wanted to share some of their initial findings. Now, the goal here with this whole AI model and from the team is to help address the unconscious bias that I mentioned earlier and stereotypes that exist. And really, I hope they take this and educate people on their findings. I mean, it's promising to see what AI is being used for to identify aspects of our social constructs, good and bad. Why? Because the future of AI depends on what we do now. So stay real, stay you.